And welcome back to the Shed of Basketball Truth. It is Studio 3 for Ball Don't Lie Australia. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that stuff. Whatever other religious ceremonies are out there, get after it. On today's, or this evening's show, whenever you're listening, I've got Mr. Anthony Kopcikas and Mr. just Jared Pickering back in on the couch. Boys, welcome.
Yeah, take it away, Jared. We've got you back.
It's good to be back. It's good to not be joining via the Riverside app. Shout out Riverside. It's good to actually be in person and see everybody in the flesh.
All it took was me driving to your house and thinking about it.
It was allegedly on the way.
Allegedly. Yes, as everyone knows, the straightest point between shortest distance between 2 points is a triangle. All right. Butchered that, but anyway. All right. Mate, it is great to have you back. Let's jump in. We've got a bit to talk about, a little bit of NBL 1 news, obviously, and then we're going to focus more on the Christmassy stuff. I've got a little bit of almost Christmas trivia to begin with. I've got a bit of a trivia style
like that
thing we're going to do first. There might be a prize. There might not be. We'll see how we go. And then, of course, a bit of a look at the Christmas stuff that comes with the Christmas Day games or the Boxing Day games / Christmas Day, whichever, depending on what league you follow, of course. But let's jump in and get after it. And basically a big sort of almost round of applause. Congratulations to Drew Fenton. He's moving on from Rockhampton. His time there has been fantastic. At the very least, from the outside, he's always given his time freely to us here on the show. And obviously, a big turnaround with their women's program in his time there.
Yeah, he's very successful. So really good to see them get over the line last year, and then I guess on to hopefully bigger and better things.
Indeed. But, huge turnaround for them. Obviously, the McSpadden years, then backed up with, Bowman's and everyone else who joined, and that grand final series after going down to the Wizards in the first, and then just no more. No. We've done this dance before. We're not doing it again. We've been swept. We shall not be moved. And getting it done over the next couple of games the hard way, which was great to see. All right, a little bit of trivia for you guys. A little bit of trivia. I'm going to read out a little bit of a prepared statement, and then I'll have a couple of questions for you at the end. We'll see how this goes. This goes. All right. So there's a particular basketball team. I'm going to read out something that they've done here in Australia, particular basketball team. I want you to tell me a couple of things, but I'll ask the specific questions at the end. So there's a specific basketball team from somewhere near South Australia, in South Australia, and who they haven't particularly had a winning record, this particular team. At this point in time, they had less than 5 wins, and the team decides to move away from their current coach, who happens to be a former player who's won at least 5 championships here in Australia. That particular coach, when they were a player, also happened to represent Australia. That particular coach also had time as an assistant coach before they stepped into that head coach. So they've done their time, did their time before they were being moved on by this particular Adelaide team. And this particular Adelaide team has signed Scott Innes. What particular team would I be talking about?
Drawing a blank.
Jared, any thoughts?
I'm not playing this game. I'm not coming back ever again.
I'll give you some clues. This particular coach, this particular team that I'm thinking of, let their coach go in the first 2 weeks of December. Any thoughts on who this particular team might be?
I'm not playing this game.
Is it the Crows?
It is not the Crows. It is not the Crows.
You guys are the worst.
It's a basketball team. It's a basketball team.
I have nothing to do
and
with
the
what it
answer
is.
may very well surprise you. It's come out within the last 24 hours. And it's not the 36ers.
Lightning.
It is, in fact,
Bang.
the Lightning. Yes, it is.
Nat Hurst.
Nat Hurst, who actually had 7 WNBL championships. CJ had 6. Obviously, both of them represented Australia with Opals and Boomers. Both spent time in the assistant coach role. Both replaced by Scott Innes. Both.
That's incredible.
It gets better. It gets better. Was it CJ had a record of 4-9 at the time? Nat Hurst had 3-6, so both under 5. Was it CJ was let go on the 6th of December, or mutually parted ways, the language they use, and Nat Hurst on the 10th of December.
Oh, right.
1 year and 4 days apart. And if Scott Innes is turned around and signed by the Adelaide Lightning on a 2-year deal, I don't know what it's just the absolute deja vu of deja vus, this whole situation. Obviously, congrats to Scott Innes for, not having to move house. But yeah, absolute deja vu of how things have sort of turned out there. But he'll be coming in to a situation he knows fairly well. Trying to turn things around in Adelaide to potentially get another 2-year contract.
He wasn't
as the
just
head
picking on
coach.
you.
No, it was straight up Christmas, December deja vu, because initially I was like, no way. And the deeper I dug into it, the deeper it was like, there's just so many.
Too much going on.
There's too much going on. Both coaches were there for a couple of years beforehand. Nat Hurst, of course, was assistant coach for 2 seasons before she got the call up. And, of course, CJ had his time AC under Lamanis here in Brizzy. So, a lot of deja vu crossover things there. It wasn't just a jab at your 36ers, mate.
No, they're over 500 at the moment.
Regardless of what the NBL tries to do to bring him down.
Conspiracy theory, Jared. Don't you?
Wow. Talk like that'll get you a 10-year ban. Cover up your face. They'll never know who you are. But, Scott Innes in pure deja vu will be heading back to the Lightning. Crazy stuff. Can't wait to see what the Adelaide Crows do next December to sign Scott Innes.
This is where we're headed.
But a year and a day. A year and 4 days, sorry, between those two things. So
absolutely incredible.
Crazy up and downs there, but
we didn't win the prize.
No, I had to give away too many clues. And it was this Devon Marble signed card. Trying to give that thing away and just
University of Iowa.
Burning a hole in my pocket. That's
such a beautiful card.
Trying to give it to you. Anyway, all right. Time to move things forward, from yesterday. NBL ladder. Let's have a bit of a look. We've been off air for a little while, sorting out some things. Things have been a little bit crazy, but we're all good now. We've also been recording with Miss Bowman. We'll have a special injured player series dropping in the new year, which should be really interesting. It's been absolutely delightful. Once I've got more more details around that, I'll share some here. And but yeah, it's been great so far to record. The ladder thus far. Who's look? It's Christmas. Christmas holidays for most people. Not a lot of people are planning trips to Cancun at the moment. But, Jared, if you were the organising flights for some of these teams, I mean...
It's hard to go past Cairns.
Here's the sad thing, because, they've had some real issues this year, but you and I have both liked big stuff they've done in the, early in their season.
And I think that's the funny thing is if you look at them, I mean, I think it's a minus 10-point differential. The record is not good, but they've had some close games. They've had some really good performances from both local players and imports. And I don't know if their head coach is the guy that's going to allow Cancun to creep into the mindset. But at the same time, it's just, if you look at they are nowhere close.
Man, they've lost
11
in a row.
They're 4 games back.
Is that right? 11 losses in a row?
I believe so, yeah. No, the streak currently is 12.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was 11 before the loss.
Yep. So current loss streak is 12 in a row.
Yikes.
Which is tough because that means then they were 3-1 to start.
Yeah, they were looking good.
They were looking good. They're 4 games back from the Breakers in 9th. But Brisbane, Adelaide, and New Zealand all on 7 and 8 or 9. The tricky part for Cairns is, they've all played a similar amount of games in the end. They are 1 game back from Adelaide and Brisbane, 1 game behind. But, tough. I can't see 40 signing up for a Cancun style. Get the rookies on.
It's just not who he is. But it's not what Cairns have been in the past. Like it doesn't seem like they have a real problem scoring the ball this year. I mean, it's a bit of a disease in the NBL this year, where, like, we've always said, back to the league we love with that sweet D. The D is not there this year. I don't know where it went, but no one can seem to keep anyone under like 100, 110.
Temperatures are down.
But yeah.
And I think Cairns were really built on a big Armstrong season, and it's just sputtered, not because of how he's played when he has played, but because he hasn't played in big chunks. And so, and then they sort of lack, we were talking about this earlier, some of their local players, it's very young or very inexperienced, and they don't have that veteran. And I'm guessing it's probably, if you crunch the numbers, it's actually better to have financially imports plus young guys plus a good local player. But it does hurt in situations where you get injuries.
Yeah. And that is the crux of signing like your Taron Armstrong, who gets injured a lot. But yeah. It's
still love him.
Yeah.
Still like watching him.
He's been like, if you take away the injuries, I feel like he's an like undoubtable like NBA prospect. But he's just been injured so much that I don't know if anyone will be willing to just take a stab at him.
That's the tricky part. But there's still a lot of love around the league. It's just that injury stuff which gets in the way.
That's depressing. Not very Christmassy at all.
Sorry.
No. Look, if we want to really cheer people up, 36ers, Jared, since you're here.
I didn't even get to say. I'm saying New Zealand's off to get. They have been god awful. And as much as we're like, oh, it might be fun to see Taco play, then you're like, oh, like every time he's out there, they're like, high pick and roll. We're just going to pull wide open mid-range jump shots for the whole game. It's kind of like, you remember like the last year of Andrew Bogut when he kind of lost the step on defense, and then the teams worked it out and they just started pulling up from the free throw line after every on ball. Yeah, it's like double as bad as that because Taco plays drops like at the rim level. It's like he's hitting his head on the rim, and that's when he knows when he should stop backing up.
Yeah, they're taking a bit of a Taco fall.
Hey, there we go.
This season down the ladder. But still.
Tuesday.
Look, still believer. Still got it. Still got it. Waiting for it to go up before I let it go. Might be holding on for a little while now.
Please reach out if you have any serious interest in the card.
But, and did a great job there of trying to deflect. But back to my 36ers question. Just below 50%. They're, one or two extra wins and all of a sudden they skyrocket up the ladder.
Yeah, which
are you too worried here, or is this a...
Look, I think they're very, very import dependent, clearly. And there's not a lot when they don't have those guys in the game, but the reality is when they are in the game and they are on, Davis and Harrell specifically, they cover up a lot of deficiencies on the floor. But I guess it's a little bit sobering if you look to, well, let's just say you get into the playoffs. Are you going to make any noise? It's hard to see that right now.
I mean, without Dijon at the moment as well, it's not a clear picture.
But it's still bad. It's not a terrible. It's by our standards. It's not a bad season.
I think
you guys have lost coaches over worse.
I think they're actually quite frisky, and if they got, I don't know if they will, but if they just said, bye Jarrell, maybe get in someone that can play that 3 spot a bit more consistently for a bit more scoring punch that you can kind of chuck in with that second unit. If not, just start and kind of overlap the Davis and import X as minutes as a bit more, so that you kind of have the scoring punch off the bench. Like at the moment, you've just got Kadee running the show, but there's no one that you kind of can throw to at the end of a clock to be go create us a shot. If it's not if Davis or Harrell are on the floor, but if they get into the playoffs, they're just a really big team that kind of causes some issues. Like Davis has been outstanding, and then Trez is.
Does he impact winning though?
Yeah, I mean they're under 500, so.
So yeah, I'm going to lose that battle too.
No, well, I mean the
game did miss a couple.
It is Christmas. I just want to reiterate, we can be happy about something.
And they got slaughtered in the games that him and Trez went.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And obviously then losing Dijon was made it even harder. But yeah, I think honestly when they're got all their pieces together, they're not a favorite.
I'd love to see them go 10 games
right up there
with everyone and just see what it looks like and see him get that continuity and roll it into hopefully playoffs and I'd take them.
Yeah,
I don't have a choice in my team, but
I think it'll be it.
You do, but that would bring more judgment. Weirdly,
I think they're quite a handy team. I wouldn't particularly want to play against them come playoffs. Just
they are a problematic matchup.
Yeah, they're just so much size in the front court, and then Davis is just a weapon on the ball. And then when Dijon's in, then you can just get incredibly
and
hot.
It does help the scoring when you can send certain guys to the bench but still keep
someone out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, it's Christmas. Let's look to where the star is at the top of the Christmas tree. Illawarra Hawks, 10-5, 66%. Things looking good. United, they're just doing classic United things. They drop the occasional game, but they'll get the majority of them.
They've looked shaky without Bubbles, though.
They have looked to scooch.
I mean, Flynn Cameron has looked fantastic. If I'm being honest, he's been really good while Bubbles has been out. But Jack White's kind of come back down to earth. I don't know if it's just a spacing thing. Without Bubbles there to stretch the floor, he's just overall effectiveness has gone down pretty substantially. He's in that last game, he had 6 points and 5 rebounds.
And of course, in fourth place, your Bryce Cotton heavy-led Perth Wildcats. And just when you think Bryce Cotton can't do any more Bryce Cotton things, he finds new Bryce Cotton things to do, and just blows scoring records away.
It's pretty disgusting.
In the nicest possible way, yeah.
It's it's not the Bateman 51 that we discussed where we're at some point they just weren't guarding him at all and he'd hit 7 threes. No, people are just like all up in Bryce Cotton's face, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going to make it anyway."
Must be nice.
Yeah, I mean, his run, if there's a lot of basketball left to play, but if he doesn't have one hand on the MVP trophy, he's certainly reaching towards it.
Yeah. I mean, the only person that is like if Adelaide start get going, they've got two people there that are like decent. I think Jack White has kind of fallen a little bit, and then I don't know. You don't see anyone like I wouldn't consider anyone at Sydney. Parker Jackson Cartwright's team is terrible.
Gonna have to win more games. Yeah.
No one on Cairns. I mean, if the Bullets started doing a bit better, you could make a case for like Casey.
Well, they are only one game away from that sixth place with Phoenix ahead of them, and they haven't exactly had a consistent season.
Tassie's Milton Doyle's a bit inconsistent, and then Phoenix is just kind of like a conglomerate of people.
All right, gentlemen, let's have a look. Well, it's Christmas. Let's talk Christmas jerseys.
Yes.
Because everyone loves a good Christmas jersey. That being said, gentlemen, in the NBL space, Tassie came out last year with, I believe, the first one ever in the NBL space, and it was
very, very nice.
Classic, ugly sweater style, excuse me. Ugly sweater style. I really liked it as well because, one of the big ones they pushed was the one with Crawford on it. Sold. Well yeah. But that ugly sweater style, really good. Boom, punched it out. So they even opened a pop-up store in Hobart to sell some to the masses to try and get more people to the games and stuff. But, make sure everyone could show up with their jersey. This season, I'd love to say that every team has got on board. But
I mean, technically they are on board, but it feels like they've been forced on board at gunpoint.
Yes. A bit of a Christmas ho-ho hold-up possibly here because there are some unique ones, like the Jackies again, similar to last year's. They've just got a different colour.
I mean, there's two unique ones.
Well, the Jackies have got something interesting.
Yeah, no, that's what
just
not throwing dirt on the Jackies.
Just starting.
Throwing dirt on most of the other teams. Because it seems pretty clear that the individual teams didn't design these. It was like one person was like, here are your
with a deadline.
3 options.
One person with a deadline of 3 hours.
Yeah.
This is the style you can choose or make up your own. We're just that one.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go through the individuals first, the ones that we like. Jackies look good. Hawks. What are our thoughts, gentlemen? Hawks, yeah or nah? The reindeers, ugly sweater style.
I didn't mind it. It was just a bit plain Jane.
Okay.
Is what we discussed.
Yeah,
right? It's not like it's not singing out to you. It's just like
it's not
it's like you cut the sleeves off a sweater and it doesn't have any sort of basketball.
And
I'll put them in the middle tier. I have 3 tiers. All right, they're in the middle tier.
So the cookie cutter tier, is, I assume you love that kind of stuff. So it's number 1, or is it?
That's number 3.
Number 3. Okay, all right.
I feel like the cookie cutter's in the middle, and then it's where like
you take some of those and pull them right.
Cookie has like you either didn't fill the thing enough or
on that.
And it's this deranged.
On that point, I think the Kings cookie cutter with the ball basketball ones, it pops.
Yeah, but it's the same as 17 other ones.
It's the first one you see. The colors work.
But if you didn't see all the other ones, you'd be like,
fair.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Fair.
Adelaide one looks like
terrible.
Yeah, it's colors.
Not quite sure. Colors aren't quite.
They don't have poppy colors.
Cairns. I mean, Cairns uniforms over the last few years have been
so great,
on point. Sadly, their Christmas Day
you have a miss every now and then.
Yeah, it's a miss. It's a miss.
Yeah.
It just doesn't quite. I don't think.
I mean, Jared's son Lewis is apparently a pretty good artist, but I think he could have drawn the Cairns name better than what's on there. It's
Yeah, it does look a little bit like a left-handed crayon. I can see what they're going for. There's a snake in the, it's
ribbon,
to say
though.
it cans, but it's not great.
It was.
And then United, well, that looks bar humbug as all get out.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite.
It's on I think it's teetering between 2 and 3 if I'm using Jared's tier system.
Yeah, or it's that present you get and you're like, thanks.
Yeah.
You just pop that.
While we're on Melbourne, let's just cut over to Southeast.
No.
Put that one in the bin. That's just got to go in the bin.
Yeah, so
Don't wear it.
There's the tiers. And then if you kind of dug a few feet deep, that's where you'll find that horrible, horrible mess of a jersey.
Oh, look.
It's
I
Grinch
can't.
green.
I can't
It's
even.
Grinch green.
Yeah, I can't even come out and be like, I like that because other people don't. Yeah, it's not working for me.
It hurts my eyes.
Which normally I'm down for. Like bright colors,
Yeah.
go for things.
No.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a mess. Look,
Yeah,
I hope they sell
they
heaps
could
of
have
these
went-
jerseys. I love the idea.
They could
of
have
it.
went into the Grinch full, it's the right color, and then instead they just did just a like someone vomited bright green on a singlet.
I think that's the issue. Some of these feel like they're, they've been done by the teams, and others have been forced upon the teams. They've had very little input. That being said, though, breakers.
We made it.
Is
Tier
this
1.
the last one? Did we say?
Lock
No,
it in.
you didn't do the bullets.
Oh, the bullets.
Let's go back to the bullets.
Okay.
So we can finish on a high.
Okay, bullets.
Middle tier.
It's not bad. I know it's the same patterning.
As 3 other teams. Yeah.
3 other teams, yes, but
the colors work a bit better.
Yeah, they do
Yep.
actually work better for the bullets than some of the other teams.
and
That's a fact.
strangely, the snake style, almost similar font
It works.
It
much
works
better.
It's
for
a
the word
slightly
Brisbane.
different font.
I don't know.
for the bullets that's across the chest, but yeah, the colors just work.
Yeah.
It looks like someone's there's a stripe down the side. It looks like
I think the word bullets is just a lot easier to write in running writing.
more
it's a lot
yeah.
I
Well,
Yeah.
my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, at no point do you have to take your
Yeah.
come back and do the
There's no
I.
dots.
There is a T in there, but they've crossed the T. They didn't need to dot the I.
All right. So back to the main event.
Yeah.
The main event, if we're not counting jack jumpers, which I still quite like.
It's a tier 1. It's a tier 1.
But
Yeah, here we go.
New Zealand
Now we've got more tiers. There's 3 tiers. Now that took a hold of the 3 and made 15.
there can be a 1A,
Okay.
1B.
Basement, floor,
Yeah,
ground floor,
penthouse.
penthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
The
we're
world's
just,
shortest penthouse for a building, but still.
if we're just
Yeah.
ranking if we're actually going 1 to
Yeah, okay.
is it 8 teams? 8? 1 to 8. Breakers a 1, and then Jackie's a close
Yeah.
second. But the bloody Kiwis with the little
Yeah, it's
Santa hat.
amazing. It's that
Oh.
they nailed the brief.
1 to 10, sorry.
Simplicity plus color combination pops plus Kiwi plus Christmas hat. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Unique elements on a unique compared to others.
Yeah.
Ugly sweater look, which I love the ugly sweater thing. We're in Australia. We can't wear them. You can wear them in July or whatever.
It's not doing it.
Claptrap that you're going on about from before we're recording. Like ugly singlets, perfect. Like an ugly rashi
Yeah,
for 1
I
month.
do like the ugly rash.
Fantastic.
Yep.
For 1 month of the year, absolutely bonza. These, love the idea. The execution on some,
There's
yeah. Hopefully they're back next year.
With
Hopefully
more
they're
effort.
still about.
And maybe
Yeah.
they got more time now. Maybe they just sprung it on them December
Yeah.
1st. They had to turn it around. Now they can go back to the drawing board and say,
someone in the
We
NBL
got
head office
canned.
was like, "Oh, remember how how Tassie did those cool Christmas jerseys last year? Maybe we should get those. Hey, we're 2 weeks from Christmas."
Let's reach out to the teams and see who's done this. Oh, 3 teams have. Cool. Cookie cut of the rest. Sold.
Yeah.
That's exactly how that
No,
meeting
but
went. really.
I do like that we're starting to do a couple of these things. As much as a lot of them end up being more money grab, but it is a cool little thing.
Oh, and more jerseys means increases the chances of getting a good jersey.
Yeah.
So you got to have jerseys options for people to stretch their wings and actually get out and try some different things. So.
Yeah, I did love some of like the throwback jerseys that we had this
Mhm.
year.
Yeah, the Heritage
even
jerseys.
The Hoops Fest ones were so nice. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's just tricky because we don't have the same market as, say the same size market as, say, the NBA. So things are a little bit tricky. They have to be done in this sublimation look because of the print runs. And because of that kind of stuff, as a fan, it can be very frustrating to buy a jersey from the NBL shop. I know a couple of years ago I did it, specifically got myself a Cadee one, heading to the games, and specifically ordered one for that specific round, and it arrived 3 weeks after that round. And we had our tickets like 2 months out. So, and I'm sure they've fixed things from it's been a while since Kadee's been here in Brisbane. So that tells you how long ago the order was put in. But if they've got worked on that kind of stuff on the back end and improved things there, great. Love the different tries. I love it when teams try. And if, it's like the Cairns Taipans one. They've been amazing. I'm glad they've butchered one on something like this.
There's got to be one.
No one bets 1,000.
Yeah. No. And, just going to put it out there, if anyone from Cairns is listening, which I'm sure you are, ugly sweater snakeskin. I'm just going to put that out there. Ugly sweater snakeskin.
Figure it out.
Do the rest. Think about all their great jerseys.
AI? I don't know. Try.
Not everything's done by
AI.
I mean, maybe he could be an artist. I don't know.
Well, to be fair to Ant, he was the answer. All right. We're talking about practice. All right. Let's keep it moving. Look, NBL Christmas period games. Quickly, are there any teams that stand out to you that think they're after Christmas, they're going to have just gaggle of wins / toys because we're in the Christmas mode? Who you liking? Who you think's getting coal in their Christmas stocking, as in this Christmas stretch? The 12 days of Christmas run might be a bit tough on them.
Oh, I mean, I said it before about New Zealand going to Cancun, and I think this is where it kind of all starts to completely unravel. They look really bad.
This is where the rubber meets the road for the Breakers, you reckon?
I don't know. I don't get a good vibe off that. Like, it just doesn't look like it's going to turn into anything. It seems apparent now that the loss of like Will McDowell-White was felt a lot more than I think they anticipated, and the imports, Parker's been great, but their other imports have been subpar at best. I mean, Mooney has his games, but yeah, you're not getting if you come out even after like the Taco minutes, then you're pretty happy. But yeah, look, a bit dejected because I was like really high on them at the start of the year, and they were crushing it before they went over to the NBA. But yeah, they've been pretty poor since.
All right.
So coal for the Breakers.
Coal for the Breakers.
Now that the Grinch is done, Sandy, you want to weigh in and any positive teams?
You get to be the positive person today.
Give me the 36ers. We got the guys back. The imports are back. They're still popping the ball. We're going to see the ball go on the hoop. Everyone loves watching Montrezl Harrell. Just give them to me. I don't care.
I don't think we can say everyone. There's probably two fans.
Yeah, let me at him.
And then, put over.
But no, yeah, why not? Like, this is it. If they want to start getting serious about what noise they can make, this is the perfect time to do it. As they get the imports back, start to build a bit of continuity. Still waiting for Dejan Vasiljevic to get back. But it's got to start somewhere. So why not over Christmas?
I like Jackie's.
Did you see the injury report today?
Yeah. That part's not great.
6 to 8 weeks for our guy Will Magnay.
Will Magnay, yes, Magnay. But they do have the Breakers
and a new import
on Christmas Day.
I mean, does that mean it's gonna it could be really bad with Taco Taco Wednesday could be.
No one's worried about that.
He's peaking Christmas Eve, mate. He's peaking Christmas Eve. Look, even with that, when you look at their lineup over the next, little stretch, they've got United, which have just taken an L, looking a bit shaky. Breakers, as you've talked about.
Yeah.
Bullets, which Bullets are they going to get?
The one that has to play a team at full strength, or
yeah, and they still don't have to.
So, look, I was high on them before. Still kind of have hope. They've coming off 5-0 run, on a good little stretch. Obviously,
I just get a little nervous about their big depth because who do they like? Does that mean Fab's going to be starting now? Like it just makes them very, very shallow because you're playing Majok Deng at center, and if there's a solid, like if it's like when they come up against the Bullets and it's Tyrell,
yeah,
it's just I don't know. I find it not hard that they're gonna get absolutely worked like offensively, but just maybe it'll be a lot harder to get some rebounds.
Look, might be, but all they have to do is they've got this.
We're not all pessimistic here.
Yeah, I know. Now that the Grinch has finished talking, they do have that little emergency break glass and emergency called Nick Stoddy.
Yeah, love that.
Put him in at center. Just like the
invert the four. Invert the four.
Or you do you, Scott Roth.
Just like the Michael Jordan quote. We need a center.
Best available. Homer is all get out, obviously, but hey, we love you, Stoddy, and we want to see you getting on there and kill it.
Yeah, I think for one team that's going to take off, I think Perth actually might be that team. Their offensively is at a ridiculous rate, and if they could if they could keep a single person in front of them, they would be winning every game by 30 to 40 points. So if they can start to sort that end out, then I feel like they could really go on a bit of a tear in the second half of the season.
Let's now jump in and talk about NBL Christmas Day games. They're back. People love them. They sell out in everywhere they go, which, I imagine they're going to do that in My State Bank Arena. And kudos.
Yeah, My State sells out
every game, no matter what. They're defending the island.
Mate, you're going to get...
Scott Roth is coming for you.
Tell me to put next on.
Look, the only thing that I could take Scott Roth in, even possibly, and I don't think it is, if we both took our shirts off, my tummy, I think, is bigger. But I don't think that's him losing. I think that's him probably me winning, which,
Depends how you make the competition.
Yeah. What is the competition? You're defining the rules.
Girth. All right. Let's jump in. NBL Christmas Day. Bah humbug, says Mr. Anthony, when it comes to the Breakers, but they've got a Christmas Day game.
They do.
They do.
Who do you think they're going to lose?
I do.
Jack Jumpers taking on the Breakers. Ant's going with clearly not the Breakers.
I'm going with Jackies with Jordan Crawford over 25 points.
Ooh.
Just to make things
It is an amazing jersey matchup game.
It is actually. They did put the Premier.
And I'm taking the best jersey in the game. Give me the Breakers.
Jeez.
Ooh.
No Will Magne.
Straight up.
Yeah. Taco for 30. Let's go.
It's just...
That tip may fall, folks.
I mean, actually, there's probably less of a chance. No one can reach that.
Look, I can't be all positive about the Jack Jumpers next few games and then be like, they're going to suck in this one. It's going to be a little bit tricky with the bigs, but give me the Jackies.
I really like. It'll be a really interesting contest, because Tassie don't have the bigs, and then I mean, New Zealand don't really have anyone to guard Jordan Crawford after he comes off an on-ball, but it'll be really interesting. Like Jordan Crawford, it'll be a Jordan Crawford versus Taco 4 battle. Whoever can score more in
It's
those...
not the matchup you thought of. When,
no, but realistically, it's like if Taco's really effective while he's on, then he'll actually play some minutes. But if he's on there and Jordan Crawford comes off a handoff and pulls up at the free throw line and makes every single one of those shots, Taco probably won't play much.
Look.
And that's kind of how the game will go. Like,
but he'll look great.
He will in that jersey.
Sweet jersey.
Stunning.
Those Kiwis would be the size of me on his jersey.
Yeah, I have always wondered, do they just put in an extra row or just go bigger? And if they go bigger, he's got you covered. Yeah.
These are actually life-size Kiwis.
Quite possibly. All right. It's the crappy freeway challenge, and the crappy part is actually about the freeway, not the two teams playing here on Christmas Day. We've got the Sydney Kings taking on the Illawarra Hawks. This should be another spicy one.
Bloody barn burner.
I love everything about the Hawks. Give me the Hawks.
Oh, that was quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the way they play. I like the players. I like the coach. I like the jersey is in that game clearly the better jersey. And I don't like Sydney.
I thought Sydney's jersey was better, but
it's the best of the cookie cutters.
Yeah,
I think the colorways on it pop more. But
I hate everything Sydney. So give me more. Give me the gong.
Thanks for tuning into Ball Don't Lie. The most objective. Nothing subjective on here at all. We don't get into
big market
opinions
teams.
or
hatred. Wow. Okay.
No, it's a really tough one.
In the words of Wonder Woman, sorry to hark back on this, Jared. Hatred will get you nowhere. Sorry, Ant.
Sydney's just such a hot and cold team. Like you see him against the Bullets last week, and
Jalen two halves.
Jalen Adams has a crazy game, and that's kind of what they can do. So, I mean, I'm gonna take Illawarra, but I'm nervous about taking Illawarra. Not because of what Illawarra is as a team, just because Sydney is the most unpredictable team in the league.
Look, I love unpredictability, and since both of you are gone with Hawks, I'll swerve and take the Kings. I mean, and it could, as you say, it's the Kings. They could show up, and this matchup might work out absolutely perfect. Everyone shows up, everyone gets enough minutes, and they play amazingly. Or it could go to pot early on Christmas Day. But either way, it's going to be a spectacle.
Yes.
I'll be watching.
Yeah. I think that's the great thing about these games. They're actually on Christmas Day, which is nice. So all these basketball heads like ourselves can have the TV on, and the family can choose to tune in or not. It's that classic thing. It can be on in the background. Boxing Day test style things.
Yes.
Yeah. It's always on. You don't always.
You can come and go.
Exactly. So, something we can agree on as opposed to your hatred towards Sydney. Oh my God. Anywho, okay, let's head across the ditch where they don't necessarily play much defense at all.
But apparently actually more defense in the NBL currently.
But less people are watching this year than last year. Yeah. So, look. I
mean, it's worth more money now, though.
Well, this is true. NBA Christmas Day games, let's go through them quickly because we'll probably be having these on.
Yeah, they're going to be on.
Yeah.
Boxing Day, yes.
Yeah.
Just in the background.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, on the other screen.
Trying to figure it,
Yeah, on the other screen in most houses, especially for myself, who'll be going to the English in-laws.
You're going to be up at 3 a.m. to watch the Spurs.
That's a KO mini one for me.
I'll tell you what, that's how I stay involved in basketball sometimes.
They are good sometimes. They are good sometimes. Now, they're cricket mad, obviously. So even though England isn't playing, any team that has a sniff of beating Australia, they'll get around. And, of course, England has a long history with long, peaceful history with India. All right. So, Christmas.
Got a cramp.
Cramp.
He's working too hard.
Working too hard.
That's when you're trying
stretch it out.
Stretch it out. Into a basketball podcast.
It's like karma.
Immediate.
Smoted.
Yes, I have been smoked.
Smart.
All right. No, we're good. We're good. All right.
Back to you, regularly scheduled. Get in the pickle juice.
I would, but Sammy Mack drank it all.
Yeah.
All right. Knicks and Spurs. Give me the Knicks.
Yeah, it's an interesting contest. I'm going to take, just for the hell of it, I'm going to take the Spurs.
I want the Spurs. I want Wembanyama doing some crazy 40 points, 15 rebounds, 8 blocks. Just tie one on for Christmas Day and let everyone enjoy it.
I like it. Celtics 76ers. Anyone on the panel here crazy enough to take the 76ers?
No.
But I want to.
Yeah, you want to, but
There's no reason to.
no.
I mean, if the Celtics just go super cold, then there's a chance.
The Celtics are boringly awesome. I mean, they're just so boring that they're so good, and the games end up being very methodical in a good way. If you're a Celtics fan.
Unfortunately, we've lost Jared.
He was saying good things.
Yeah, but
Also, Peyton Pritchard
in a
this year,
time.
just ridiculous.
yes,
I was 2 years ago. I was like, they don't really use him. Maybe he could just come and play for the Bucks. We should trade for him. And now it's looking like a really good take. Best six man in the league.
Yeah, 8 Mile, but he'll always be fast PP for me.
Yeah.
That's too good of a horrible nickname. Not as good as the Warriors fans have put on one of their players. We won't get into that. Celtics on that one. Next one down the ladder we go.
You're skipping Timberwolves, Dallas?
We'll get there.
Oh, I thought we were just going into time.
No.
Okay.
Suns Nuggies.
We're not going time at all.
Suns Nuggies is next on the order I've got them in here, which is, I agree, is out of order.
Mal's been getting produced now. He's trying to get the hit target.
Well,
Hit the big markets at the end. Make sure they tune in. Yeah.
are either of you going to go with the Suns, or are you going to take the Nuggets on the chance that Jokic is going to not be, disinterested in the whole
I'm taking
Christmas Day game and just want to spend time with his family?
I'm taking the Suns with the proviso that Kevin Durant is playing.
Conglomerate and proviso in is on fire tonight. This is unbelievable.
But yeah, as long as Kevin Durant plays, Suns are my pick.
Okay.
I'm just going to take the Nuggets because I'm assuming he will not play.
That's fair.
All right. Give me the Nuggies, but the Joker's going to be thinking about his trots the whole time. So,
I don't think they do the trots on.
No, they won't. But that's where his mind will be. That's where his mind will be.
Thinking about basketball.
All right, Mavericks, Timberwolves.
Give me the Mavs.
Mavs.
Yeah, they're starting to get to go together.
I agree. The Mavericks have been really good, but I just want the Timberwolves here because, again, Christmas Day platform. Who loves a good platform? Anthony Edwards. Give it to him. Let's just see. I want to see these amazing individual performances because that's really what you're looking for on Christmas Day. Let me take you back to 2003.
Oh, here we go.
Tracy McGrady.
Hang on. I have something for this. Wait, pause momentarily. Pause. And I'm back. Like I'm there. It's late 2003.
It's December 25, 2003.
I was a late.
Young LeBron James is going head-to-head with Tracy McGrady in an overtime game, Magic and Cavs, where McGrady had a 40-point, 11 assist, 8 rebound game or something.
And that was on Christmas.
Yes, that was on Christmas.
Even though it's Orlando.
That we did briefly play on Christmas Day. We also did with Dwight Howard. We haven't played since then. So,
not this year either.
But no. So what? You want the stars to perform in those games.
Sure.
So give me Anthony Edwards over Luka Doncic in an awesome game.
Over Kyrie.
That one is worth having a coffee to in the morning, waking up, look surly. That one's what you want.
Okay, hang on.
And we're
back. Okay, that's time jumps. They're tricky. Yeah, look, give me the Mavs.
Love your story.
Well done.
Warriors v Lakers, the last one we're going to talk about. Throwback to the old heads.
Jared, do you have another story that you want to tell?
I'm ready on the button, mate. You give me the next. There's no story.
I will take the Warriors.
Val, who you got?
Look, give me the Warriors. I can't take the Lakers. I'm just not feeling it.
Look, I don't think they're very good, but I think they're better than the Warriors on this affair. I think Anthony Davis has the knack for absolutely eating up the Warriors, so I think they'll get it.
Alrighty. Now, gentlemen, if you look on the couches to your seat, speaking of Christmas Day,
they've been taped up. I think this is childproof. It's childproof.
Just rip it open. Ant, you go first. Crack yours open. It's one piece of tape, mate.
It's two. There's two.
There's two
even on your
tape.
vegetarian vegetarian diet, you'll be able to get through that. Whoa.
Oh.
It's actually good.
Whoa.
Sorry, man.
Whoa. Merry Christmas.
Is that D'Angelo Russell at the Nets?
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
D-Russ at the Nets. When he was good.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if he
All-Star
played
D-Russ.
Milwaukee or Minnesota. Turns out Minnesota.
It wasn't.
But it was already in the bag by the time I remembered. It was already taped up. Merry Christmas.
I'm getting cold. This is good.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not cold. Don't worry.
It's worse.
How could it be worse?
It's a
What? Would you believe?
In 2009.
In the clearance.
I mean, you're wearing a Lakers jersey. It makes sense.
I mean, I tied these two things together, and I also kind of figured the next time that the Magic make a run to the finals and their big ticket item goes to the Lakers to finally win that championship, you'll be able to wrap yourself up in a safe blanket and cry yourself.
I know not everyone watched the Lakers Magic, but Harlow looked like he was enjoying Los Angeles as France had, a massive game, and they won that one.
Most Magic stars do that.
I'm a little nervous.
You guys have already extended him. You've got a few more years.
Yeah.
Just take it while you can.
Also, there's, I think, something else in the bottom of the bag there. Someone you were high on just a couple of minutes ago.
Hey, there you go. That's a nice cut too.
Yeah. A guy who also famously played for a small market team, went to the Lakers and finally won a championship.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thinking of you, big fella. Thinking of you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
And we wonder why he doesn't come back.
He loves
Check my schedule.
His mic muted 6 times.
Pretty much.
It is a good rug, though.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Oh, all right, that almost brings us to an end. We do have to get to some Christmas Crackem, and because it's Christmas Crackem, we flipped the was it the presidential coin earlier, and
the void presidential coin.
No.
To be fair, this one it was gifted to me. It came out of China. It's the Donald Trump second presidential term that was apparently precast and done, and then he lost the election.
But now he's back.
The hair is back. And you had the choice, and you decided not to take the hair, which would have been the head. And Jared won, and Jared chose a lovely pack that picked up from would you believe, the local card shop of Woolloongabba. A bit of a ways back now, but you've decided to lose today with a pack of 2015 to 16 NBA completes.
Is that KD on the front?
That is KD in all of his OKC glory.
2 teams ago?
Look, there was this was back in the day when, jersey burning was a thing.
Yes.
And people did. Now
everyone leaves every year.
Yeah. It's like, well, okay, now I've got that jersey and I've got that jersey.
That's why I always buy throwbacks. Pro tip.
Always
buy throwbacks.
Because they're more expensive. Got it. Yeah.
Because they're always relevant.
I mean, if you buy them.
Yeah. I thought you were trying to give financial advice as a lawyer. I was like,
no.
Is it nice up there in your ivory tower?
It's nice.
Nice gated community you travelled in from today. And yes, you were saying? All right, let's get into this crack from the local card shop of Woolloongabba. If I can, they're a bit harder to get into, these older packs. All right. Okay, Christmas buzzers. Let's go. Jared, you can be Santa. And since his tone has been let's go Grinch.
Yes, Krampus or Grinch, have your choice.
Sorry, I'm just being a realist.
Grinch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't played local card shop Woolloongabba Crackem before, this is how it works. I'll read the back of the card. Whenever I get to the player's name, I'll say somebody, and it's the job of these two guys to call out their buzzer and try and guess. If they guess wrong, they're locked out for the rest of the clues on the back of the card, and we go from there.
And also, by rule, Ant wins. So just want to make
not
clear.
by rule, by skill or lack of.
I don't know how this one's going to go. I'm like trying to pull like
This is going to.
Who was where in 2016?
This is what it's going to.
Yeah,
look,
look,
8 years ago.
It's going to be
college clues.
potentially.
Yeah, don't mention any colleges. Vetoing that.
Vetoing that. Yeah, it's a little bit like the Lord of the Rings quote, mate. You have no power here. All right. Let's do this. Card number 1, Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
Sacramento Kings.
Jesus, that's a lot of losers on that team.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Technically, more losers than the Magic, but
what? Why are you? He's been in such good spirits. You
I know.
gave him the Santa buzzer.
I know, and now I've got to bring him back down to size. You know, I've got to prepare him for the loss that he brought upon himself, or did he? All right, let's do this. It's saying here, Sacramento Kings guard. That's my first word. Somebody was among the league's most improved point guards. In 2014/15, as the veteran floor general posted a career high with 16.1 points per game, his ability to distribute the ball didn't dip. However, as the Kings guard logged 5.6 assists to go along with the 1.5 steals per game.
Holy mackerel.
Yep. He's 6 foot tall, drafted in 2009, and he's from UCLA.
Oh, drawing blanks.
Jeez.
Number 7 for the Kings. As the crowd goes absolutely silent.
I can only see one point guard, and it's not the right one. Or they're just...
give me it might
really
be a Christmas miracle. Hit me. What do you got?
No, it's definitely wrong. No, it's wrong.
No, it's definitely wrong.
As opposed to Captain Silence over here.
Well, I wanted Garrett Temple, but
That's
no. So UCLA.
UCLA. Number 7.
Aflalo.
That's 2 wrong answers.
Ty Lawson?
That's also another
That
wrong
was
answer.
the guy that I was like, that's wrong.
Well, you were right. In fact, it was wrong. Darren Collison.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, look, fair enough.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I forgot he played for Sacramento, and I forgot
could
he
only
played.
see
being
him,
honest.
see him in a Pacers uniform.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
This is going to be pretty
good
rough,
start.
I think.
Good start. Tied after one. That's a new record for me.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Well, allegedly, Christmas is about him. So, all right. For the Washington Wizards.
Oh, even worse.
this is not getting any easier.
Forward.
Okay.
Born in 1981.
Jesus.
Old. Gotcha.
All right. Like many veteran big men, somebody has expanded his game over the years. From the paint to the perimeter, the seasoned vet was dialed in from long range in 2014-15, coming off the bench for the Wizards as he hit a career-high 29 triples. That's for the season, folks, for the season, not the game. Not the game.
Awesome.
For the
He
season.
expanded himself.
While operating at a 39% clip from beyond the arc. Yeah, right. Okay. That's it.
Yep.
That's all
That's
we
it.
got.
6'10". Drafted in 2002. First round from Kansas.
Oh.
Kansas.
Born in 81.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 81's tough. Out of Kansas.
Yep.
Not Withy.
Nope. He's not a bad one.
This is going bad.
He's not a bad one. Let's go.
Grinch, is it Drew Gooden?
There you go.
Ah!
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
He was a buck for a second, I think.
Yeah, well, he's a
Cavs.
great one to throw in on your
He's
grid.
there. He's there. Is he the Wizards announcer?
Now he might be.
I think he might be.
He
was-
also had
he
that
definitely
awesome
was an
patch
announcer.
of hair that he just had the random patch of hair for a period there.
I mean, he was old enough.
What, left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legit. It's all it'd grow.
Or the headband? No.
Let's go.
I mean, he was an Orlando draft
was a
pick. Had high hopes. I think he actually Memphis first and then ended up in Orlando or something like that.
He wasn't.
All right.
He wasn't bad. He just.
He was just a good NBA
Yeah.
player,
He was
which is why we don't
a
remember
good
it.
rotation there. I mean,
Okay.
somebody did.
Somebody-
This guy.
All right. Here we go. Let's get on the highway and get after this one. Atlanta Hawk rookie. Atlanta Hawk rookie.
Okay.
2015-16 season. Guard. Oh, you'll love this. When undrafted,
Shit.
the slashing swingman used the 2015 Las Vegas Summer League as his stage to show he can be a dual threat. He averaged
Santa Bazemore.
all the clues are now yours.
No, he was a
And
Warriors.
Went for him. Well,
10 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists, but may have drawn the most attention for his do-everything game versus Denver on July 15. He finished with 14 points, 9 rebounds, 7 helpers, and swatted 2 shots. From Nebraska.
Oh, that does not help.
I'm gonna guess Brembry.
No, number
Uh-oh.
2 for Atlanta.
Oh, we're back in.
Yeah, if you want it.
Number 2.
I do not.
It's not Torian, is it?
It is not.
No. Torrance Baylor.
Oh, he is too. We talked about that earlier too.
Yep.
I don't know a
Forward.
single guy out of Nebraska for the NBA, so this is amazing.
How long did what's his name?
Taryn Petaway.
Oh yeah, there's
You won't get it. You won't get it.
I mean, he
Taryn Petaway.
How are they going
looks like
with
Brembry.
undrafted 40-year-old Gooden, and we kick things off with it like Darren Collison on his 6th team, but in the middle, like we didn't get the bookends. Anyway,
Yeah.
shambles.
Gooden was drafted in the first
I thought
round.
they might have put some
Darren Collison was pretty
Good.
good.
All right. Rookie card.
Wonderful.
Rookie card.
undrafted again. Can we do another undrafted?
No. This guy went round 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here we
round 1. You got a fair shot at this one. Got a fair shot at this one. Probably not.
You
for the
chose
reasons
this
you're
faction.
thinking. The Charlotte Hornets.
Okay,
Okay.
rookie.
Allegedly one of MJ's picks. Allegedly. The Hornets front office valued somebody so badly it reportedly turned down
I got it. Grinch. It's Frank Kaminsky.
Frank the
Yeah.
Tank.
Yeah.
Turned down 3 firsts.
Wisconsin's own.
That's so.
Frank the Tank.
That's still crazy.
I
yeah.
believe he beat Carl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker and all those guys in the tournament. That was a good Kentucky
Yeah.
team.
No, I don't.
Bo
doubt that.
Ryan,
but-
the Buzzcuts, Wisconsin. There you go.
But for 3 firsts for the number
No,
10
it's
pick is
historic mess, right?
ridiculous. Number 10, no, number 9.
Isn't this
Winslow
Justice
went 10.
Winslow was involved in this shenanigan thing, right? Or like
They
they,
wanted-
always wanted
they
Winslow,
wanted Winslow.
and
They wanted to trade up to get Winslow, and then
they got him anyway. Right?
and then MJ was like, "We're taking Kaminsky."
he's still
Yeah.
playing. Is he
Hey,
Winslow.
in it,
Kaminsky?
Is he? I don't think he's on the team. Winslow
Not
got,
in the NBA. maybe.
Winslow got cut by the Bucks in the.
hey, in Jordan's defense, he would go on to sell Hornets for
So even when you
Billions.
lose, You can be a winner.
He also did make have one of the final says on the Brandon Miller Scoot Henderson, and that is well in his favor currently.
He also picked Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
He did, yeah.
And he also ruined his friendship with Charles Barkley. Or maybe that was the other way around.
It's not been good. So I can't win now because we've done 4 cards.
How many cards is there?
5, and we've burned 2. But look, it's a Christmas
You're still
miracle.
in with a shot.
This one counts as 2. It's a Christmas miracle. But now Timmy won't get that operation. Oh. Okay, for the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is one we should know, team. This is one we should know.
I want to go early.
You've been doing that your whole life. Come on. Guard for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Everything is starting to come together in Minnesota. If I had a dollar, as the team sported the Rookie of the Year in 2014-15 with Andrew Wiggins and drafted big man
Santa.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Santa, I want to go. Can I go?
Okay, you can go.
Zach LaVine.
All the clues now go to you, Anthony. I tried all the tricks to just shush, young fella, but no. All right. All the clues go to you.
Yep, thanks.
Appreciate that. It is still somebody leading the ship. And the
Spanish guard, Ricky Rubio.
I wanted it bad. I have no regrets.
Go for Rubio.
Well, I wanted to, but then I was like, you know what? I'm feeling frisky. Let's go over Zach LaVine.
It's Ricky Rubio.
It's Ricky Rubio.
That's who I was leaning towards.
Love Ricky.
Yeah. And in this Christmas version of the local shop of Woolloongabba Crackem, of which Jared won the coin toss, chose the battlefield of which he should have done a victory lap, mate, around the studio when you won the coin toss, mate. 3-0.
4, actually. That was double points.
Okay,
only for me.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay, 4-0, just like the last time. It's second last time Magic were in the finals. So
Mel really coming at you today.
I've got anything to say.
It's not a Steven.
The Bullets are rattling off. They had a bad game on the weekend, but things are going good for him right now. I got nothing to say.
That's another Christmas miracle. All right. That does wrap us up. Huge thank you and shout out, of course, to Official Beer Company for getting behind the show. And of course, you can find all of Ball Don't Lie Australia's podcasts on the Podfire network. Just jump over to podfire.com.au. Everything is now up, including this episode. So feel free to listen to us over there or anywhere else you get our podcast. Of course, big thank you to them, of course, to local card shop of Woolloongabba for their ongoing support of our Crackem segment. Boys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, until you're listening to us again, just remember that ball don't lie.
It never does.